Hi guys, my name's Ellie, welcome to my channel, and today I want to just sit down, do my makeup, chat about, I don't know, stuff. So, when I'm doing my makeup, I always put my hair up and out of my way because I can't be trusted to, like, blend or do anything reasonable without getting it in my hair. I don't know if I'm really going to focus a lot on, like, what I'm using, because I did the Kimberly Clark, no brand name thing, and I actually kind of really liked it. Putting stuff on and not stopping to address what all of them are, kind of encouraging the fact that you can do the exact same type look without having to buy the same products, that you can just use products that you already have that are similar or close enough. Like, in my experience, it's extremely rare. Sorry, I have to, like, grab stuff that's behind the camera over here, so you're gonna get real close a couple times. But yeah, you end up with these tutorials that are implied that everybody's gonna buy and use the exact items in the footage, which is not, in my experience, how anybody actually does their makeup. Unless you're doing one of those challenges where you're like, yeah, I followed blah blah's tutorial exactly. A lot of people are just making do. They're taking bits and pieces from the tutorials that apply to them. They're not really going out and buying a full face of items that this other person used in their tutorial. At least, honestly, they shouldn't be. Because, yeah, you might like that person's style on eyeshadow, or you might be very interested in how they do their blush and contour, but you might have different skin types, you might have different skin tones, depth, stuff like that, that unless you are extremely similar to the people that you're following and have absolutely no differences in how stuff wears on you, how things blend, how things wear, because I watch a lot of YouTubers that have dry skin or, use concealer. I don't really use concealer, so I'm hoping that it will foster more of a kind of make-do environment where you just kind of take what you can from the tutorial, like most people already do, and not focus on what each component is and be like, oh, I have to get that specific palette or foundation or brush set because of I saw it in a video. So I'm not actively hiding what I'm using, but I also think if you've got something similar, or if you just don't want to go out and buy that exact same thing, don't do it. So I'm just going to kind of address the items less and hang out. It also kind of ended up with helping with my motivation a little bit, because I've been not as motivated to do makeup. Part of it is changing jobs, and part of it is just that if I'm trying to keep all of these different components in my brain balanced, of, is this a unique color story? Is this a unique tutorial? Is this a palette that matters to people right now? Is this something where if they're gonna try and buy what I'm using in the video, they don't have to buy as much? So that's why I've been doing, like, a lot of palette-focused tutorials where I'm using just one palette, so it's like, yeah, you don't need to buy 5 of them. If you have this palette, which a lot of people do, you can just use that palette. So far we have sunscreen as primer, foundations that I had to mix 2 of them because I bought the wrong shade, but I think this is a pretty good match, and we are now putting a bunch of powder on my face. Which, even this powder is a mix of several that when I start running out of one, I just start dumping the new one in to the same container. because I've been buying a lot of powders that don't come in like a shaky type container. So I just have an old sifter top. How did I get hair in my mouth? This is supposed to be like my day where I'm doing well, because I somehow got enough sleep last night. But let me finish up my other thought first. But yeah, I've been trying to make it something where, like, if you have the palette, that's all you really need for whatever you'd be following along with. But I was then trying to only do looks in certain palettes while also trying to shop my stash and make sure that I just put a lot of powder everywhere. I am oily, so we just put a lot of powder everywhere. Okay, in theory that's enough. We'll find out later. Yes, so I was ending up trying to look at color stories and looks I was interested in, and then dupe those within my collection, but also still getting a little stuck in that mindset of making it something that was within one palette, and it wasn't really working. I wasn't completing either. Like, I would do eyeshadow looks with one palette on the weekend, and then I would only have used one of my palettes while trying to use them more. You know, just kind of rotate my collection a little better. My lips get dry, so I put on lip balm. But then I would also be trying to be like, okay, I'm interested in this, this, and this out of palette A, but I have that spread across these 3 palettes in my collection, so I don't need to buy that. But then I wasn't actually really doing the looks, because I have things I'm trying to use up throughout the week, which I wasn't really wearing much more makeup throughout the week, and my weekends were restricted to trying to continue that palette focus makeup series, which I do like, and I do want to keep doing, but just not all the time. Became a thing where I was like, okay, I'm doing this one day of the weekend, I'm doing this one day of the weekend, and then all these ideas that I would have for makeup and looks that I was interested in were not happening, because I had already kind of cut out things I was going to do for the weekend, and I didn't have any playtime left for other stuff. But the ability to take a bunch of palettes, not address the fact that I'm using a ton of different things, mixing, matching across my collection, or using, I don't know, older, weirder palettes, stuff people don't have as much access to. It was really fun. And it kind of prompted me to do that a couple times throughout the week, where I am still kind of working on a project for a video that is going to take me so long to do because of how many different looks and kind of wear test shenanigans it's going to involve. I then didn't. It allowed me to be more creative with how I'm using other things in conjunction with what I was trying to do. And then I made some fun looks this week. I had some fun playing. I pulled out some stuff I haven't touched in a while. I did a look for the concert last night using a palette and some single multi-chromes that I haven't used in a really long time. And it was great. I really liked how the look turned out. It was really pretty, very different than what I thought I was going to put on my face sitting down, but I still had a lot of fun. That's eyeshadow primer down. And I liked it. So I think we'll be doing a lot more of these, just putting makeup on and not really addressing which things are which or what. But I went to a concert last night, which is why it's surprising that I am well rested. Because we went out, my friend and I went to go see Joywave and Missio at Ballpark Village, which we had an issue where the train they fucked up the trains on the metro because we take the metro down just so we don't have to worry about parking, or because she's got a Jeep with a soft top and she's very worried about somebody cutting in to her soft top and having to replace it, because it's a very easy way to break into a soft top Jeep, which is quite expensive to replace. And she's like, I don't keep anything in here, so please don't try and cut into my vehicle for the nothingness that's in my, my cup holders. You could, steal the dog harness that I have in the back seat for my pup, but please don't do that. So we take the metro down. They messed up the train, so we had to wait for another train to come and get there. We were kind of late getting to the venue, in that we'd also hadn't been to Ballpark Village since they renovated it. Yeah, we got a little lost. Bumped into the lead singer from Joywave while we were trying to find out where we were, because I was like, I kind of saw somebody, I'm like, he looks kind of like potentially he works there, and I was like, she was trying to figure out where we were, and I kind of wandered over, and then it clicked, because I didn't know either of the bands very well, but I had been learning their music for the concert that day at work, and I recognized his face from some of the music videos that I had seen, and I was like, you're Joywave. And of course, I'm making a bunch of ridiculous faces and staring as this poor man is just trying to walk out of the back of the venue to, I don't know, go get something or have a smoke before his set. And he's like, yep, and then runs away. And Caitlin, who hasn't been paying attention, is like, who are you? Oh, you're talking to the lead singer of the band. Cool. Making a mess of everything. We get in there, we did get to see Missy O and Joywave. It was a good time. And then, so that would have kept me up late anyway. But then we went, because we finished up and we were like, we have all the energy still. And I didn't have to work today. She did. And we called some of her friends, metroed back to her car to drive out to go see them at their apartment, and got some snacks, mainly energy drinks, also beer and snacks, and hung out with them playing, a card game and watching ridiculous YouTube videos until we got tired and they were falling asleep, so we went home. So I didn't get home until like 3 a.m. Stayed up just long enough to take all my makeup off, take my contacts out, and go to bed. But I was nice to myself. I didn't try to pretend that I was going to get any kind of sleep. I just set my alarm for like 8 hours plus a little change for me to fall asleep, and I actually got 8 hours of sleep, which I never get, because I, like most people, am really bad about having a good sleep routine and falling asleep on time and not getting carried away with, I don't know, anything. I feel so rested. I was already motivated to get my sleep schedule figured out. Me and my friend who actually went to the concert together had been talking about it for a while, like different things we were trying to do to get on a sleep schedule, because I've never really had a good sleep schedule. I often lean pretty heavily into staying up unreasonably late. When I was working on overnights, I was working like a 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. I was super happy. I like nighttime. I'm not a big fan of the sun. If my partner would tolerate it, he likes the sun a lot. I would be like, let's just move to Seattle and be in the rainy, dreary perfection. But he would get sad there, so we're not allowed to do that. Because I can deal better with the sun than I think he could deal with not having sun. But yeah. So that leads me to the problem of staying up really late and not getting tired when I should be going to bed, and not having a good stopping point of being able to be like, oh, this is when I should turn off this and that. I also do that thing where you're not supposed to, what's the word? You're not supposed to really have, like, screens going when you're trying to fall asleep. I do that anyway. It's very bad. It does not help me get a good night's rest. But that I'm now significantly more motivated when I feel how nice it is to be well rested, because I haven't done that in a long time. So yeah, currently it's the late afternoon because I slept most of the day. Feeling real good. I have to go run some errands. I'm gonna go see my friend, hop by and see her at work, since I have to pick up something from her work because an order of mine came in. And I don't know, it's just nice to see her. We had a good time. Being adults, it's a lot harder to both have time available to go dick around and both be motivated and energized enough to do stuff. Because often, like, most of the time if we have plans, we're tired before we even started the plans, so the idea of finishing up the plans and then still having the energy to go do more things is very rare. It is very rare nowadays that I do anything that late anyway. And we both have different jobs. I've got a boyfriend, she's got, a friend. Because they're undefined. And she's got her family to spend time with, I've got my family to spend time with. It just gets really messy very quickly. And it's hard to coordinate time that we both have free and both have the energy to go do stuff. So, we had a good time last night, though. That was very fun. Hopefully I will remember to cut in some of the, horrible phone video footage I have of, seeing Joywave and Missio. I definitely was not paying attention, and I put something on my Instagram story and tagged it with the wrong song name, as well as tagged the band in it. After being that awkward person, is like, they've already bumped into it outside. I had a lot. So that was that. So if you saw that I had a weird song in my Instagram stories that had the wrong name title attached, we're just going to keep that all to ourselves and hope the band didn't see it. It was really fun, though. We had a fantastic bartender in our section. The bands did a great job. The venue was actually, it was different than I was expecting, but also it was not bad. They did a good job with what they had. I liked the bands more than I thought I would, but that's no longer unusual. When my friend says, oh, I want to go see this band, I'm always like, I don't really know them. Turns out she's played like half their songs for me while we've been driving around, and we have very similar taste in music anyway, so I shouldn't really worry about things that she's trying to take me to. Also, we've kind of realized we're at the point where it's just fun to go see people, whether or not the band is somebody that you like love, it's fun to go to a concert, so just go to the concert anyway. And I wore one of my nose rings that I got it and I was very excited, and then it was smaller than I thought it was going to be, so I don't wear it very often, but I was like, this is going to be my concert nose ring, because it's a small ring with 3 spikes hanging down from it. It's a little bit more fun and sassy. And then I don't wear it because, it's more small and delicate. I was picturing it really, like, big and aggressive, and it's very delicate looking. But it's also really sharp. Like, the points are very sharp. And, that makes it really hard to put in and out because the clicker that closes it is also kind of stiff. So you can't just like hold it from the sides and click it closed. You have to push up from the bottom where there are the spikes. And I did a pretty good job getting it into my nose and wearing it most of the night without hurting myself. Even made the conscious decision to take it out of my nose before I woke up this morning and forgot it was in there and then hurt myself with it. Like, said it out loud to my friends, like, I gotta make sure I take this out of my nose before I fall asleep, because otherwise I will hurt myself in the morning, because it's real sharp. And then I didn't take it out before trying to wash my makeup off, which involves a lot of hand movements in, around, or near my nose, and I definitely scratched myself like 3 times with that. So that was fun, I guess. It's not a good way to talk about that. But yeah, I'm hoping to do more things that just entertain me. I'm hoping to then follow up. I did actually edit some of those things that I took and got places slightly more reasonable time frame than I've been doing. I have another concert tomorrow, which is going to be exhausting because that is a Sunday night concert and I work Monday. But I have also talked to my boyfriend, who is going with me, about the fact that we're most likely going to leave early. Like, I don't think we're going to stay for the whole concert. I'm most interested in seeing Volbeat of the people that are going to be at the concert. Like, Slipknot's nice, but I don't, like, follow them very aggressively, and I won't be heartbroken if we either don't see them or don't stay for the whole set, whereas he's alright with seeing Volbeat, but he's mainly there for Slipknot. We'll see how that pans out. I don't know what the set list is, or the order. I'm assuming Slipknot is the most recognizable of the bands for me. Does not mean they are the headliner, but I think since the concert is called Knotfest and they're Slipknot, guessing they're the headliner. Little guess there. Yeah. We also had a long discussion about makeup and things I am and am not interested in lately. Ooh, that was not a good idea. I'm trying to blend out the edges, like those darker inner corners, because I want this gold there, but I also, outer corner's watering. It's been happening lately, just this one outer corner, and it's really annoying for me. I end up repeatedly touching it up, and then it still ends up wearing away. It's fine. I don't, just want it to be pretty. It's fine. I'm gonna take some of the Frosty highlight and get my brow bone a little bit. Yeah, the new Sugar Pill Fun Size, sorry, hiccup there. The new Sugar Pill Fun Size palette is one of the few things I've been, like, excited about lately. I keep seeing makeup and either the price doesn't really work out for me, or just any number of reasons that I haven't bought more makeup lately. I was trying to buy less, which is good, but I have gotten slightly better at kind of pinpointing what thing I like about the makeup and whether or not it's unique and interesting, or if it's something I can dupe, or if it's something I'll even really use. I have a lot of makeup, and I'm still dealing with the just overall stress of being aware that I have way more makeup than I can reasonably use, and then trying to be less wasteful, and just everything's a lot. But the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette looks like pretty colors that I am interested in and motivated to use, but that I can also, like, work into looks I can still wear to my job, because I have restrictions on my makeup from working in an office that mean, yeah, I might love a palette and want to wear it a lot, but can I actually get away with wearing it in an office setting? Because if I can't, it really restricts the amount of days that I can wear that makeup and how much use I can get in before it goes bad. And I think, from what I got from looking at that those are pretty colors that I could easily pair into a more complicated, you know, bigger look, but also wear on a more relaxed basis and wear some of them as smaller pops in a look to work. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I've been making some progress on the things I'm trying to work through. I'm feeling more alright with just wearing lazy makeup. Like, I had it in my head that, you know, you were supposed to do new and interesting looks and always be creating new things and pushing your boundaries, and it's fine to have lazy makeup. It's fine to have something that is mindless and easy to put on. It's fine to wear the same makeup all week if you want to. And I've kind of just been getting used to that, which is something I watched Simply Nailogical's review of back to school advice, and that was something I was kind of surprised that didn't pop up more in the videos. For people who wear makeup to school and work, having a very easy, low maintenance, like, go-to look for when you're running late or when you're not feeling motivated or just when you want to be able to phone it in is super helpful. Because this is a nice, I like this look. I'm fine. I have the time today to put into a look this complicated with this many moving parts, but if I wanted to do something very lazy because I didn't get enough sleep that night, or because I just didn't have the energy, or if I was running late, having multiple tiers of makeup and being alright with the fact that you can just throw on something easy with, you know, you can just go without makeup. That is also an option. But if you really like wearing makeup, and if that's an important part of your day and your, you know, expectations for yourself, the ability to wear, you know, a stripped down version that still looks like you're put together and prepared, but doesn't take as much time or effort or thought, that's a good thing to have. And I have that. I have some easier makeup. Sorry, my nose really itches. I did change my nose ring, which is not common, so now I have... You get used to the shape of something specific in your nose, and then you change it, and then even if you change it back to something else that you've been used to in the past, it feels weird in there. Which I had talked to my coworker, because she'd asked me if it felt weird having it in there. And I was like, oh no, you don't really feel it. No, apparently you only feel it if you're changing it a lot. I forgot that. Because I tend to put one piece of jewelry in and then just leave it for months. Because I'm too lazy to switch it out. But yeah, picking out your outfit ahead of time, having a pre-planned set of things to do with your makeup, which I've done a couple times. I still haven't gotten up with enough time to do it before work, but having my outfit for work picked out has been really helpful. Not having to dig for pieces and make decisions while just waking up is super helpful. And then I would have kind of mentally picked out a makeup look that I didn't do, I still wasn't waking up with enough time to do, but then when I came home in the afternoon, I had something I was excited to do that I had planned out for myself. That was nice. especially because I didn't really fuck with makeup in high school, not very much, like day-to-day makeup. But there are dress code restrictions depending on your high school that would mean that you need to make sure that certain things you're doing are within their guidelines. I don't know how many of them pertain to makeup, but like if you go to a private school or a Catholic school, they might limit your makeup in colors or how much or any number of ridiculous things that people do, but having something that you know is within dress code, ready to go, helpful. Very helpful. But yeah, feeling good. I did take a couple days off next week that I don't know what we're gonna do with. Like, I know what I'm going to try and get done with, but I don't know how much they're going to be filming days. Thursday, we're gonna go and try and get pictures and passports done. So I might, if I'm paying attention, do my passport makeup type thing, because I'm gonna try and keep it very minimal and soft, so that it is something that you can recognize me. And I'm pretty sure there are restrictions as to how much makeup you can wear in certain federal things. I don't think I'm wearing any makeup in my driver's license photo, because I'm hoping that it will set a realistic expectation of what I look like, so if I ever have to use it for identification like it's meant for, it's not something where it's going to look different than who I am. I just want it to look like me, but nice, because it's going to be my passport photo for a long time, or at least until I change something worth paying the extra money to redo my passport for. So like if I get married before my passport expires, I will get a new passport with my name change, or whatever else might change that would be different enough to justify that. My highlighter's getting low enough in the pan that it's hard to pick it up with the brush for a nice application. But I also don't want to repress it. I kind of want to just kill it slowly. So, but like look how little of it is left. But I don't want to repress it. It's not like repressing it would be even that hard. I just don't want to. And setting spray is very low. We'll use the backup one they already bought. And then we're going to try and be more reasonable with this, because I tend to drench my face. And I'm trying to get better about not doing that. Did an alright job. I just end up feeling like I didn't put enough on, and I want to make sure all the parts of my face are covered, and then I end up putting too much on and my face is wet. I have to fan myself dry like a ridiculous person. I really like how the eyes turned out. I feel like I've done this eye look before though, but it's pretty and I don't mind doing it multiple times. Especially because that's one of the palettes that I really want to use more, because it was expensive. It's very, very pretty. I have emotional attachment to it. And the pans are huge. So yeah, I'm feeling motivated again. That's good for me. Oh, that was too close. I have to redo this one. So yeah, we're gonna go and do passport photos on Thursday. One of my coworkers is having a happy hour that night because it's her last day that Friday. Probably hop by there. Friday we've talked about going to see the Coquia Mounds, because I'm pretty sure I haven't seen them since I was too small to remember them. And I don't know if the vague memories I have are actual memories or like just things my brain has made up because I've seen pictures and I feel like I should remember it. Or what? So I want to make some more accurate memories. And also I just want to go to more of the state parks near me. See the sights. Do the things. So we've talked about going and seeing that on Friday, and then we have a girls' night planned that night as well, which will probably just hang out in somebody's apartment and watch Ghibli movies and drink wine because we're lazy, and more of an excuse to like hang out and talk to each other with the semblance of an activity happening. I'm also trying to get a haircut Thursday morning, so when I go to take my passport photos, my hair will be, they can do a little round brushing. The thing that I really like, and if I ever learned how to do, would do all the time to my hair. But I don't know how to do it, so I don't, which means I then don't have to worry as much about heat damage on my delicate, bleached ass hair that is still recovering from all the horrible things I did to it. And then once it's recovered and grown out, we're gonna perm it. Although I've had the urge to cut it all off lately as well, and I just grew it out, so we're not doing that right now, but later. I also was talking to her about some of the runs I want to do. I want to try and motivate myself to work out more, because I've been going generally once a week or more to the gym or doing something active. And I think having a goal beyond just like doing it more, having an actual goal like I want to be able to run this distance by the time this race happens, will be helpful and motivating. And I really like the idea of like doing a Thanksgiving morning run where you like go out and do an event before all the eating that happens on Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I do have to go out and buy. Well, I have to find. I bought a birthday gift for my friend who's coming to the girls' night on Friday. And her birthday was this week. She was out of town. And I need to find the part of the gift that I already bought her and then decide how we're expanding on it, because I feel like it's not quite a full gift. Like, it's nice, but it's not. My brain has expectations of what I think is enough to give somebody. Not that I would expect to receive, but like that I'm comfortable feeling like is good enough to give as a gift to somebody else for their birthday. Oh, this eye is fighting me. Why? But also, since I reorganized my room, I don't quite know where that bag that had her gift has gone to. So we're going to dig around for that and then find a way to spruce it up. Normally I would add candy, but we're all trying to lose weight, so giving her like healthy low-calorie snacks is not fun. At least not fun for me. I know we're also going to talk about like taking her out to dinner somewhere, but I feel like just to calm my anxiety about giving gifts, I like to do a certain amount of being prepared with a thing that I feel like I'm confident giving. Alright, most of the lip balm has absorbed. And I'd probably be fine doing just a gloss, but I'm trying to pan some lipsticks and wear them more, so I'll put on some lipstick. Also, when you have the lip balm, the leftover bits there, you end up with a more sheared out kind of blotted look, which I like. Yep. So that is, ow, oh, I hurt myself. The finished look. Put my hair down because it's clean for once. And I have things to go pick up from stores because I'm trying to do more ship-to-store things if something isn't in stock, so that it's not creating its own waste by being shipped to me if I can tag it into a shipment that was already going to a store. That's shipping waste that was already going to happen with their regular orders coming in. And yeah, I have things to pick up, stuff to do. Hopefully this was fun for you guys. I will chuck in some footage from the concert, unless I forget, in which case I'm sorry that I forgot to put it in here. But I had a good time. This was fun for you guys. Let me know if you want to do that, if you want to request like less of use palette thing in video, which you can still do. I'll still try and do palette focused tutorials. But if you want to say, hey, I'd like to see a look with this color combination or this, that, or whatever, so you can just say, I have these 4 colors I'm trying to use together, do a look. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun challenge. Because I'm pretty sure I have most colors somewhere in my collection. Somewhere. There's a lot of them. There's a big ol' wardrobe over there full of eyeshadow. And then I have my basket of lipsticks. Oh, it's stuck down there. Hold on. Put my hair back. Yeah, I have my basket of lip products that I'm trying to pull from more and use more. Having them somewhere I can see them while I'm getting ready. And kind of be like, I want color blah blah blah, and just go and grab something like that. And less, I don't know, less feeling restricted by things that I've grown comfortable with. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Bye for now.